I have an idea of the fairy tale life that I envision for myself. That version of the fairy tale that I used to see years ago was with him, us having more children, us living together, building a home together, building a life together. But now when I look at my fairy tale life, I don't even see a man in it. And that's extremely scary because I'm not one of those girls who having a man is the end goal. But let's be real. We were not put on this earth to be alone.
I gotta find peace of mind. I know now I have to face. I gotta find peace of mind. Please don't let me.
Welcome back. My name is Brittany. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. And if you are returning, thank you for coming back. Today, I wanted to share an amazing experience I was invited to, but I also wanted to talk a little bit more about my previous video about heartbreak and grief. So what we are seeing now is Blossom Bar Houston. Thanks to the owner for inviting me. I had an amazing time. I attended their Floral Muse Paint and Sip class, which was a painting class, but their primary experiences are floral bouquet making. So you can make your own floral bouquets. They also introduced handbag making recently and so much more. This experience was just so beautiful, so eye-opening. I just felt so empowered because this was fresh off of me having surgery. And I'm in a little funk right now, I'm not gonna lie. So going here kind of pepped up my energy and it made me feel so seen because she invited me out. Knowing that I'm a small creator and giving me the opportunity to create content for her, it was a pleasure and I'm wishing all the best for her business. Y'all should definitely check them out because you will have a time. Whether it's a girls' night, solo night, date night, whatever, you should go. So anyway, in my last video, we talked about Valentine's Day and grief and heartbreak. And y'all, I did not expect to cry, but I knew as I was talking through it, talking about my child's father and my ex are two different types of grief and heartbreak, which makes the thought of being with someone else or opening myself up to someone else very, very scary. I think why I stayed with my ex for so long because at a point it became comfort because I just couldn't risk losing everything I worked hard for with him. I invested so much time. I just could not lose someone else. So I think it became comfort for me versus me actually loving him anymore because I'm not gonna lie, I still love him. I will always love him. But it got to a point where I was doing more fighting, crying, begging, arguing to be seen, to feel wanted, to be heard more than actually getting those things in return. But in the back of my mind, I was like, you know what? He's gonna get there. He's gonna get there. He's gonna get there. We've been doing this for so long. He's gonna get there. I'm gonna keep giving him chances because he's gonna get there. But eventually, as I told y'all in last week's video, I have a maternity clock. And I feel like, okay, is he going to get there or not? Like, I'm tired of waiting. And then eventually I didn't care about the clock anymore. I cared about how I was actually being treated. As I got older and as I started entering my 30s, my tolerance became so much smaller. And the chances I gave him became so much smaller. Because at the end of the day, I felt like, why am I going to continue to invest so much into you and you aren't doing the same for me? I invested so much of my heart, my soul, my spirit, my mind, my body, and energy and time to this person, and it was not reciprocated. But of course, because of the history and the love I will always have for him, I allowed myself to stay in a situation where I knew I should have left a way long time ago. So I always blame myself for allowing myself to be in that situation for so long, and I could have had the things I wanted from someone else who would give it to me with no hesitation. But now that I've invested so much time into someone, I am extremely afraid to do that again, and it has created a sense of not wanting to talk to anyone. I've been single since December 2023, y'all. It's February of 2026. And when I tell y'all I haven't talked or dated anyone. I haven't talked or dated anyone because I am extremely traumatized. I have an idea of the fairy tale life that I envision for myself. That version of the fairy tale that I used to see years ago was with him, us having more children, us living together, building a home together, building a life together. But now when I look at my fairy tale life, I don't even see a man in it. And that's extremely scary because I'm not one of those girls who having a man is the end goal. But let's be real. We were not put on this earth to be alone. So the fact that I have been by myself for this long is very scary. And that's why I said last week that, society puts so much pressure on you to have these things by a certain age to where it becomes you putting pressure on your own self. And I don't know if it's me or society. It's definitely not society, because I don't really care about that. But I think I put pressure on myself to feel those things to where I've numbed myself and I don't even care anymore. And you know what? I won't even say I don't care. It's just I'm extremely terrified. People may find it hard to believe that I haven't talked or dated or explored other options. And I think inadvertently it's because I'm hoping that me and him will eventually reconnect once he grows up. But I don't think that will ever happen again. I don't think I can go back down that road of mental anguish. I don't think I can go down that road again. I've worked too hard in the interim of being single to go back down that road again. I absolutely cannot afford to lose my mental and spiritual, physical, emotional health. I cannot. But that doesn't mean that I don't grieve what we could have been. That doesn't mean I don't beat myself up for staying in that situation for so long. I think about it every day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't guilt myself into thinking that I would be so much further if I would have walked away. And now I'm trying to get to a point now where I have to let that go, because until I let that guilt go, I won't be able to move on. I won't be able to open my heart or myself to anyone because, one, I'm still halfway in, halfway out. And I'm not saying I'm halfway in with him, but I'm saying I'm halfway into a space where I'm not completely healed. So I don't want to open myself up to anyone. One, because I don't think that's fair to them, because I wouldn't want anyone to do that to me. And two, I can be honest and say that I'm not open to it right now. Do I want to feel love, be in love, have that life? Yes. But when I think about it, it is very scary. So I have to do the inner work to even get to that point. And I know that eventually I'm going to get out of my comfort zone and put myself out there, not to go actively looking for a man. Let's be clear, because I've never had to do that. But what I'm saying is if that person were to be in my atmosphere or in my surroundings as I'm out and about, I wouldn't be closed off to possibly exploring something with someone if I were to meet them. Because right now, if I were to meet someone, it's getting shut down. So on and on about my relationship, but the purpose of this video is that I'm on a journey of healing, and healing takes a while. Everyone's healing process is different. Everyone's grieving process is different, but I know, at least for me, I can recognize that I do have things that I need to work on, and I do not want to push my problems and energy on others. So I'm doing the inner work that I need to do to become a better person in so many areas in my life, including love and relationships. On this journey, I will share more about my relationship, not the specific details, but me just talking through it and just sharing my journey with you all is very helpful. It's very therapeutic, and I appreciate you all for listening to me and just being able to see yourselves in my situation as well, because it means a lot to know that I'm not the only one going through this, but I know that I will get through it. So let's bloom, girl. Y'all, I made it through this video without crying. I did get a little teary-eyed in the middle, but I got through it. But yeah, so this is me just finishing up my decor. This is me finishing up my painting. And this painting just symbolizes me. I'm blooming, I'm growing, and I'm doing my best along the way. So I enjoyed this picture. It is going to be hung somewhere. Y'all will see it in a future video because it's going to go somewhere. And yeah, look at it. I did that. But let's get into the owner of Blossom Bar Houston and hear her story and just seeing the atmosphere of what she is creating for Houston.
I had other goals in mind, if I'm being honest, the goals just wasn't happening fast enough. And he was just like, listen, this small thing can take you to your big goal. So just keep doing it. If you enjoy it, just do it. And I've really been doing that, just enjoying what I'm doing. So the concept is, it's called Blossom Bar Houston. So our primary workshops are flower arrangement workshops. I called it a blossom bar because when I first started, everybody was calling it as a boom bar, and I'm not like everybody, you know what I'm saying? And so when I decided I wanted to do workshops, I'm like, I'm going to keep the name, but how can I play with it?
Love it, love it.
So I was doing pop-up shops, pop-ups, and it was exhausting, and I decided, let me just take a leap of faith, get my own location, so now we're here.
That's right, yay!
So since we got rent to pay, I'm like, we got to do some different workshops. Let me offer
Right.
a different variety of things, in addition to the fact that I just love what I do, right? So we're going to have a good time. This is going to be instructional, at least for the beginning part, so you can kind of feel comfortable about what you're doing. I'll give you a little tips and tricks, but I've done my best to. So what made you want to come out tonight? How you feel about today? How's life treating you? How's the New Year treating you?
Okay, well, I decided to come out tonight to support you. I'm excited to be here. A fun fact, my birthday is coming up, and I host like events like this, so I plan to bring my community to her space to get the word out.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You can do that.
That's right.
The collaboration.
I gotta find peace of mind.